Hey guys. Let's see. Hey. Hey guys. I'm just waiting for a few people maybe to join me so I can answer any of your questions that you guys might have. Let's see if anybody joins me. Let's see. Hold on just a second. Hey, who is there? Let me know who you are. Hey guys, who is there? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Please let me know if you can hear me. Hey guys, hey. I can't see who is there. Let's see. Who are my viewers? How can I see my viewers? Hi guys. Let's see. I wanted to do this live. I don't know who is there. Guys, let me know in the chat. Yep, thanks, Liz. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thanks for joining. So I wanted to do, but first let me know if you can hear me. Please let me know if you can hear me. Hi, Liz, can you hear me? Liz, can you hear me? Liz, can you hear me? When you go live, watching from Kenya, Liz, can you hear me? I don't know why I never get notifications. Liz, can you hear me, guys? Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Kivo? Just give me thumbs up if you can hear me. So I wanted to answer a few questions. Thanks for joining. But mostly I also wanted to, but let me know if you can hear me. Can you hear me? Awesome. Okay, great. Cool. All right. So thank you, Liz. Thank you. Thanks, Kivo. Thanks, guys, for joining me. So let's see. We can start. I have about 20 minutes. I have a meeting at 11. So let me first share this with these guys. All right. Great. More people are joining. So hi guys, let me know who is there. I know Liz is there. Okay. All right, good. I've just been following up on the story about this guy in Uganda. So well, it's like going back and forth about with COVID. So thanks guys for joining. Thanks for my subscribers. I'm almost at 500 subscribers. So I pretty much wanted to say thank you. I wanted to say thank you to my Kenyan friends, Kenyan family. You guys are awesome. Thanks for loving my content and subscribing to my channel, for sharing my videos. Please, thank you. Kivo, thank you. And the rest of the people joining. So I had a few questions here that people keep asking me on my videos. So one of them is, yeah, the mom is not well as well. I'm so worried. I'm sorry, Liz. I wonder if it's COVID. I'm so sorry to hear, Liz. Yeah, that can be tough. Those are like some of the tough things that we you kind of like have to put up with when you're abroad. So it's hard. It's hard. It's hard. But I'll be praying for your mom to get well. So how are you guys doing? How is your Wednesday? We had a day off here in the States on Monday, so it was Memorial Day. Was it Memorial Day? Yeah, it was Memorial Day. So we had a day off. But so I wanted to answer some of your questions, some of people's questions. So I figured I would just do it today. Hi, Penlove. Hi. This is my good old-time friend from Uganda. I love you. I love you, Penny. Thanks for joining. Yeah, I'm really down because of the news. Yeah, I'm so sorry, Liz. Like everybody I know in Uganda is like sick, is going through stuff. It's like COVID left and right. Let me know if you guys want to join me in the studio, Liz. If you want to join, my Penlove. You guys can send me a request. Hi, Miriam, Myra. Hi, Myra. Hi, Myra. Thanks for joining me. I only see 2 people there, but I think it's more than 2 people. So thanks for joining, guys. Thank you. Thank you. We'll just share the link. Okay, so here we go. Isn't that the link? Yeah, oh, invite. Yeah. So there is the link, Liz, if you want to join us, if you want to join me in the studio. So we're just chatting about different things, and I wanted to answer some of the questions, but we can't. Please, let's pray for each other, pray for our families, pray for our friends. I know it's a hard time right now for so many people in different parts of the world, in the US, in the UK, in Uganda, in Kenya. The COVID virus is really hitting hard again. So we have to be very careful. We have to wear our masks. We have to make sure we stay out of big crowds. If you're there, please apply the SOPs, the SOPs they call them. Wear your mask, wash your hands, use the sanitizer. It's back to the basics. So the virus is so strong, and yeah, so it's serious. It's serious. So anyway, so let me go straight to answering your questions because I have about maybe 16 minutes. I have another call that I need to jump on. So one person asked me, do you ever want to move back to your country for good, to Africa for good? Somebody's calling me. Yes, I do at one point. But the thing is, like, when you move here, now it's a different, lifestyle. It's you have kids, so you're trying to get them to go to school here and finish their studies here. Of course, the school system is different from back home. So you have to kind of like consider so many different things, like before I even tried to make a move back to Uganda. But it was funny because I think this weekend, as we're driving with my husband, hi Liz, let me add you in, add to stream. Hi Liz.
Hi.
Hey. I'm so sorry to hear about your mom.
I don't know even what to say because yeah, it's a lot. So I don't know if you're aware, but there's a conspiracy going on apparently in Uganda where people think the vaccines are not safe.
Oh yeah.
So my sister got COVID, and I remember, I think I told you.
Yeah.
So it was so tough, really tough, that because her symptoms went really bad, and so my other cousins also who got it, they dealt with it okay. I think it depends on someone's immunity.
Yeah.
So after that, we were worried for my mom. Of course, we were like, they don't live together. She's far away. But we were like, you know what? Why don't you do the immunization thing so that we know you're safe?
Yeah.
Did she accept?
No.
Now, days later, she goes for conferences. I think it does like a retreat in the neighborhood. So nobody knew. Apparently, my cousin is the one that just said when she woke up, she wasn't feeling okay. So she let us know on the family page, and I was like, Jesus Christ.
Oh my gosh. So when was this week?
Today.
Ooh.
So I woke up to the news, and I don't even know what to do. I don't know what to say, but I know from the symptoms, I was like,
And they fear being tested because, yeah, my brother also, I think he has COVID because two of his workmates, and these are the guys that he like talks to, sits next to, tested positive. So one day last week, he had like the same symptoms. He just drove himself to the hospital, and they did a whole bunch of blood tests. And hi, just a quick. No, you're not late. You're just fine. Thanks for joining. And so they did blood tests, but they didn't do COVID tests. Like that's what I
What?
do. Yeah, he didn't ask them for COVID tests. So he said, I'm
No,
not
I
feeling
know,
well.
but if you're a doctor, you should know.
I feel
I'm
like
not going to
right
ask.
now,
Yeah, I'm not going to tell you to
exactly.
do your job right.
So I think they should just go ahead. Like a person has a fever, a person is having like all these like weaknesses in the body. They should right away just do a COVID test. But they did not do that. They did a whole bunch of blood tests, and they came out as a viral infection. So all the he sent me his results, and my husband looked them over, and he's like, well, all these reactions, like the way the blood test, the numbers look, yes, it's an infection, but it could be a COVID infection.
Yeah.
So, because like all these other things that you get when your body is trying to fight some kind of like strong infection, it's like, yeah, that's why the blood count is this, that's why this is this, that's why, like, it's like going through the numbers. So I tell my brother, I'm like, you need to go get tested for COVID. He's like, no, I can't. I was like, what do you mean you can't? He's like, because then what will happen is they will quarantine me, and like, so what are you gonna? He's like, I'm just gonna stay home and take. And so many people are doing
But
that
after you've tested, you can quarantine at home.
at home. Yeah. So, but I think it's
Say hi.
it's also psychological. Like some people, hi Luna, how are you? So some people, yeah. So some people are like
No,
don't want to admit that, in denial. So they don't want to admit that, okay, I just tested positive. So they are scared.
Yeah, what is it? Go build your castle. So because of course these senior people, older people, it's really bad. So
Yeah.
I don't know how it will be, because I don't think her immunity is that great. A lot is going on, and all we can do is pray and believe. So
did she get tested? Did you say?
she went to the local clinics, and I don't even know what they were doing. But from what I know, she said she has a cough. It hasn't broken out yet. It's just like a dry cough. But then when I asked, she said she's weak. So she doesn't have like bad signs yet, like the fever and everything.
Yeah.
But the fact that she was gathering is what is bothering me, because usually with a cough, it doesn't come like a dry cough. So I just hope all is well.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh, hi Betty. Hi Betty. Hi Betty. Betty says looking nice, Brenda and Liz. She's from Chico Hope channel. Oh.
Hi. I'm just yeah, so I'm just there. And then a lot has been happening with my work. Generally, a lot is going on. And
what's up with work now? Don't quit yet. Don't quit until you find something else. Don't do it.
No, I wouldn't quit, because also on my team, I'm like one of pioneer people from when we started doing what we do.
Yeah.
So my supervisor, I think, I don't want to think for them, but it's just like we are working together. Like I wouldn't quit yet, but so they made changes.
Yeah.
And it's a lot difficult, especially me who works with a toddler in the house. So
yes,
it's been a bit. So there's that. Then there's my mom. Then I'm like, how much can I take in?
It's too much. It's too much. These are the things that kind of kill you when you're abroad, when you're away from home.
Luna, I'm talking to my friend.
So all those things start to add up. You start getting depressed.
I know. And that's why when I started, Luna is singing.
I hear.
I, that's why when I started YouTube, it was like a way to like open up, sit there.
Yeah.
Isn't it, darling? I'm still talking.
No, I want to sing ABCD.
Bye. So how have you been?
I'm okay. I'm hanging in there, you know. Hey, hello. How can I grow my channel? What's the one thing that keeps you guys going? All right,
Bring
so somebody.
Kevo. Let Kevo join. Kevin
Okay.
Wapipe.
I don't know if he hasn't asked. So please guys join. All right. So somebody's saying, Chad Media TV. Hello. How can I grow my channel? What's that one thing that keeps you going? All right. So personally, I'm new on YouTube, so maybe Liz will advise. But what keeps me going is just finding different things to talk about and not even caring about who is going to listen to them. So that's like one thing I learned, that something that you might not think is worth sharing, somebody is actually learning something from what you just shared. So that keeps me going. And also, like the engagement on my channels, like the comments that I get helps me to know what people want to watch, what they want to hear, especially for my channel. So some of the comments that people send me guide me on doing my next video. So if you pay close attention to what people who are watching you, who are following you, what they talk about in the comments, I think you'll fully know that this is like the stuff that my people like to, you know, to watch or to hear. Driving me kiss my jam networks. Oh yeah, Penelope, it's fine, Mama, it's fine. Yeah. So and then also I mean, I don't look at YouTube as a channel that I think, or a side hustle that is going to make me money. So I just look at it as a way of, these are things that I used to do anyways for free, like share content about staying healthy, what to eat, what to do, this, all these things I used to do on Facebook and other WhatsApp. So I figured this is an easier way for me to just put them on YouTube. If you ask me, Brenda, how do you maintain your weight for 6 years? Like, how have you been able to do this? You have kids, you have that. Or what do you do? So how do you manage this? So I can just send you a link and you watch how I do it, or how I've been able to do it, because I've talked about it so many times. So so stuff like that helps me to like not feel too, you know, too tied up on YouTube in a way that I'm looking at it as a channel that I'm doing to make me money. No, but it's more like, it's like my leisure thing too. Like I do it for fun sometimes. Like some of these videos that I do, like the lives now, it's another way for me to get connected to the rest of the world. Like Liz, I've never met Liz in person. But because we've interacted so many times, like I feel like every time I talk to her now on phone, I'm like, she's my sister. I know her. So I've been able to, like, this is my other way of networking with so many people from different worlds, like so many people from Kenya now, so many people from Germany. I had like people last night from Germany texting me, like, hey, you're Uganda, and we've been to Uganda. So it's another way to network. If you look at it that way, you will not be stressed and you just keep going as a way of making friends. So Liz, what do you say?
Well, yeah, it depends on really what you're looking for out there. Personally, when I began YouTube, I needed to vent. I needed to rant. I needed to have a room where I can be myself. I'm not going to talk to my daughter all the time about my stresses from work or home or something. And also, I wanted to share my experience. People, let me tell you, people, when people see you living abroad, for living in the USA, living wherever you live, people back home think you're living their life, and that is usually not the case. What is happening is your problems back home, of course, are not the same problems I'm facing if I'm living wherever I'm living away from home, but we also have our own issues. So when people come to your inbox, I don't know how about you, but I don't know how many messages I get on Messenger every day. I remember one time somebody was forcing me literally to like post things on my page saying, "Oh, I see you with all these people, with all these rich people. Post for me. I started an organization. I'm helping the poor. I'm an orphan." I'm like, do you know what it takes for you to get donors, to get people that are able to support you? The same way you will get people back home is the same way I can, it's the same hassle I'm going to go through to do that. So what makes you think I have so many people to, like, I don't get it. So I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm living the same life as you. It's just like I'm living here, you're living back home. And
Yeah.
actually many people back home, if you have a good job and you can afford to actually go to a good hospital, you have a car, you have a good job, you're living a much better life than most of
Yeah.
us here, because here it is stress after stress. You must work. There's no other life. Of course there is, yes, but in Uganda, many people with their jobs, you're not worried that you're going to be fired if you miss one day or two.
Yeah.
You can
People
call
are
your
dying
boss.
every day.
It's
You're like,
raining.
my grandmother died, my grandmother's grandmother died,
Yes.
and you get away with it. Yeah.
Which is so different. Like, you can't do that here unless
No.
you put in a 1 week notice or 2 weeks or even a month notice,
Yeah.
So why I started that was also to show that we're also living a normal life. Besides
Right.
taking pictures, Munange, and posting on Facebook and posting on Instagram, there's this other life we live that you need to see. We are
Right.
not living your dream like you think. Some people may not even handle. I look at my cousins who are so into matoke. I cannot live without simanya, this type of food. I cannot. And I'm like, if you came here, you'd be depressed 2 weeks because
Yeah.
because you're so attached to these things back home that when you move to a different part of the world, you're going to be so. You miss these things. You miss your friends and stuff like that. So yeah. So we share our experiences.
Yeah.
Encourage
Yeah, we
some.
do. Yeah.
Yes, so for me, I think I wanted to, because I'd been watching people, they share living in Europe, Luna, living in Europe, living wherever, and I like them because they show you their lives and how they're living, their struggles, what they've been able to achieve. And in that way, you learn a lot. People share about the cost of living if you're planning to move. This is what you should expect to work.
Right.
In fact, I want to do a video about what types of jobs you can do when you move,
Right away.
especially
Yeah.
yes, especially in the US. I don't know so much about Europe, but especially here, the jobs you can start up with, stuff like that. You never know. If you keep watching these videos, you have an insight of what happens on ground just before you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
stuff like that. And then again, if however much you sit down and do a video and you feel it's so boring, no, somebody else is gonna watch it, no matter what.
Exactly. Yeah.
I remember doing so many stupid videos at the start, like playing in the snow, what. I'm like, who's going to watch this? But people watch it.
I mean, people watch people.
And you know what's funny?
Oh, jeez. Okay.
The video that goes viral on your channel, you least expect it. So you sit down and you do a video and you're thinking, let me just post, But
Yeah.
that is the video people are going to be interested in. And then you sit down and make a manual, you make a book, you sit down, you dress nice, you're prepared to bombard them with the knowledge, and you'll get 55 views in 2 months. So
Yeah.
YouTube is like that. It's mostly about just keep uploading and just see what happens. Like you said, don't put so much pressure. Don't be on so much pressure. Don't be intimidated by the and it's good because there's no like you can do anything, you're free to do anything. Apart, of course, you have to follow rules and stuff like that, but you can do anything, and if they take it down, you can start all over again. I wouldn't want it to be taken down, though. I would feel so bad, but if it happens, you start again like that.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Honestly, if you just like take it like any other thing that you're doing, I think you don't put too much stress on yourself, and you don't get, like, don't mind about what people are thinking. Just you have your goal to why you're doing anything. It's just like anything else in life. That's why I look at it. Yeah.
But have you got any negative energy? By the way, I have, and I'm going to share with you.
No, I haven't, and don't even
No,
like.
no, it's not
Yeah.
too bad. It's just comments from people.
Yeah. Oh, well, people are fun. Like I've honestly, not just on YouTube, but on social media, I've had so many people troll you for different reasons,
I think
and
it's different if you're on social media, because if it's on Facebook, you can delete the comment. But if it's on
no, but if
your
it's in your
channel,
inbox, Liz, and like somebody actually goes to your inbox and sends you stuff on Facebook where it's even like so tough about your family, and I've had people like say those
why?
things to me like, hey, like they assume they know you, they assume they should, they know how you should live your life. Anyway, I respond to them, I'm like, thanks for letting me know, you take care, have a better life. But on YouTube I haven't. So let me answer this question. So it's just Myra. Myra, how are you? You're American, I can see. So, what advice would you give Americans who want to travel to Africa? I really want to go, but I don't know where to start from. You sound like my friends. So, first of all, yes, like I was telling my kids this. There's a video that I just did with my kids talking about Africa, so you can check it out, Myra. But my kids, I was asking my kids what they think of Africa. So, but of course, as of right now, at least they know bits of Africa because we've talked about it more and more often. But this is something that I found different with most of our American friends most Americans haven't traveled outside America. So, and most of what they know about Africa is through documentaries that they've watched, and most of these documentaries are like negative about Africa. So, and I know this from experience. Oh, hi, Myra. Yes, so you watched that. Yes. So, and most people, so we watch too much CNN. We watch too much, not even BBC. We watch CNN. We watch Fox News. All those things broadcast Africa, like the worst parts of Africa. That said, it's gun violence there. There's a mass killing here. There's, of course, dictatorship here and there. So those are the things that they show. And hi, Jerry. Nice to meet you from Kenya. So those are the things that America shows about Africa. And I'm not campaigning America. I'm American now. I hold my American flag high. But these are the things that they show us here. So they never show you, well, at least a few people, if you watch like some channels, which are rarely watched unless for people who actually have to travel, like Discovery channels. So those show you like safari places you can go to in Africa, different sceneries in Africa. So, or maybe different foods, like the authentic foods in Africa. So they will show you those things. But so one thing is, if you want to travel to Africa, you're going to have to first educate yourself about Africa. Yes, Myra. Read about Africa. Find like good content about Africa. Don't go by the bad. Because if you Google Africa, the most things that are going to show up top are going to be negative things about Africa. That I can guarantee you. But look for the great content. Like look for the things that you actually want to go to Africa to see. If you want to go for a safari, look up safaris, like Google safaris in Africa and which countries. Like you can ask me now, you can ask Liz, where are your friends? I'll tell you, Africa is gorgeous. Africa is beautiful. So you can find so many different things depending on what you actually love to do to have a reason to travel to Africa. When I first got here in my second year, I traveled back with two ladies that had never been to Africa. We were walking together and they said, Brenda, how much do I need to save to go to Africa? I was like, wow. So we sat down and I said, Africa is huge. And also what you want to do can be a variety. So we sat down and I told them, what do you want to do in Africa? They're like, well, we want to see different cultures. I'm like, okay, fine. So different cultures, maybe dances, dress codes. So I knew where to take them, like, for example, in Uganda. So I was like, okay, fine. You need about $20 to go watch like a culture show, like $20. They're like, okay, that's it. I'm like, yeah. I'll buy you some outfits if you really want to be too cultural and fit in. So like that would also cost you another maybe $20. They wanted to do safaris, like a live safari, like my kids want to do. Hey, eating the African way. Liz, can you see the comments or you can't? Hey, so
I can see them if I open on my laptop.
Oh, okay. It's fine. So So, and then they wanted to do safari. So all these things, they're just the same things that you just do them the same way. You save money here, like in the United States, to save up for vacation, let's say. You look up tickets. So a return ticket to, let's say, Uganda, depending on the season, is about maybe 1,500. So depending on the season, you can get it even for $900 sometimes to Africa, to Uganda. So, and then you plan, like, look up different safari places, different national parks, depending on what you want to do. So, but you save up for it. You just don't wake up and just go to Africa. You read about it, save for it. So roughly like $3,000 is a good package money to cover your whole expense in Uganda for like a week. So it's like a rough estimate. So of course you start making friends, like we just became friends, and that's how you can so, and what did she say? She's like, yes, and that's why we were taught in school that Africa is poor and dirty. Absolutely. I don't even blame you. Like, I ask my kids, what do you learn about Africa in school? They learn about Martin Luther King Jr. I'm like, okay, he's not even African. I mean, he's African American, yes, but he's not from Africa. So I think it's one of those things that are lacking in the American schools. I actually wrote to one of our school district superintendents. If they want me, I'll go in and talk about Africa and teach kids about Africa, give them right examples about Africa, life in Africa. So I can do all those things, but it's lacking, I know. So now that I have been watching videos on here, that's exactly the opposite. Exactly. Like, Africa is portrayed to the rest of the world as a poor continent, dirty, but there's so much. And again, it takes our ignorance, like, no, it's too much ignorance. And if you study, if you read, if you actually adventure, like, better content, like that, like I have so many of these content creators here, like Eating the African Way. That guy shows content about different meals in Uganda, like different street meals, different authentic meals. So you can check out his channel. Liz also talks about, she's American now. She's might not be American, but she lives in America. So she'll also tell you about, she shares content about Africa and maybe life here. But there's so many people I could recommend. They're not on this live right now, that you could learn so much about Africa just by watching their content. There's a kid, Rashid. He lives in Dubai, but he's Ugandan. Yeah, so we were conditioned to believe that, but now I know it's not true. Yes, Myra, it's absolutely not true. And it's not just like different perspectives about different countries. Like, even Africans have a different picture about America. Some people believe America is the greatest of all things, and some people believe America is terrible. So it's upon us to educate ourselves, to educate our friends, and that's why things like creating YouTube content is absolutely amazing, because you can change what people know about different countries, of different people, or different tribes, different races. So I could talk about what the white race is all about, like, or maybe my reaction, like what I think about, let's say, African Americans to my own race, or what I think about whites to my own race. So the more we talk about these things, the more we educate people. I think we are doing a fantastic job. So to make people be aware of different things. All right. Who else has a question? Yeah, and you need to travel to see Africa. Yeah, and vice versa. We all need to travel to know about different places. We need to educate ourselves. Thank you. Africa is considered to be backward and always hurts me. Yeah, I know. It's a thing, but we're doing, as content creators, I think this is how we can promote Africa, mostly to our friends, like to our sisters and brothers, like in different countries. And we can definitely make a change. We can make a difference. We could educate people. So I think that would be very helpful. I need to bring my American friends on these lives. I need to start doing content with my American people to see to hear their perspectives of different things. Like, Hi, Carol. Hi, guys. Oh my gosh, you guys are joining now. If you have any more questions, I get questions like, is there racism in America? So this is like from my African people. Yes, racism is there in America. That's not it's a no-brainer. But it's again how you approach that topic. It's where you live. And racism is not just in America, it's actually in Africa as well. So um, it's everywhere, it's everywhere. And we need to do better as people. We need to do better with educating our children. I keep telling my friends, what do you teach your kids at home about racism? It will start with us teaching our children. Like, let's bring up like a better generation about race, like with kids who understand what racism is, because most kids do not even understand. I have a kid who called one of my friends, one of my sons in school, and said, "Hey, that was the time of the guy who got killed in what was it, in Minnesota or whatever." But a young kid, a 5 year old, actually a 4 year old, told my son, who's also the same age, is that we cannot be friends because you're black, you know. And so my kid was like, "What?" Of course, they're young, so they joked about it and probably didn't care. So he came home later and he told me, "Hey, mom, my friend said we can't be friends because I'm black." So that hurt me. That hurt my feelings. It hurt my son's feelings. But we just sat down and I had to talk with the kids' parents. I'm like, "Hey, so this is what's happening. Maybe you guys want to have a conversation with your kids about race. How are you tackling it?" And your son just said this to my son. We're great friends. But maybe just to avoid such scenarios, you want to start talking about these things with your children, how to live together. Like, we're all one blood, different colors, but we can coexist. And it starts by educating our children from our homes. So, yeah, racism is everywhere. Yeah. They just passed a law to protect the Chinese, but not black. Yeah, I know, Myra. I know, like some of these things. Hi, Lynette. Hi, guys. I really appreciate you joining me. This has been like actually really, really wonderful. If you guys want to join me in the studio, please let me know. I'll share the link again, and you can ask. I'm supposed to be on a work phone. I think I'm about to get fired. Yeah, so yeah, Myra, I know. And some of these things we don't understand, but we cannot stop talking about it. We cannot stop educating people. We cannot stop trying to make this world a better place. So this is by educating ourselves. It's so much ignorance going on in this world. It's terrible. It's scary. So we have to teach our children better. That's what I do. It might not even be for us, but for our children. How are we going to change this whole ideology of one race is better than the other, or one culture or one country is better than the other? So we'll end this by what we actually teach our children. So if you're here and you're a parent, please do your part. Educate your kids, teach them better, and teach them coexistence. So, hey guys, any more questions? Another question that I have from my channel is, are you scared about gun violence in the United States? As new, and the kid called me a monkey. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Carol. Wow, that's deep. Carol Osuji says, I was new and the kid called me a monkey. Yeah, that's wow. That's terrible. I'm so sorry. You had somebody had to call you that. Wow. Um, I don't even know what to say. I mean, if that's a kid, if you were a kid that time, this is what I tell my kids. If somebody ever bullies you or says something like that to you or uses names that are racial, so come to us or talk to your teachers first. If your teachers don't do anything, come to us as the parents, and it's our job as parents to protect our children, to protect our children's emotions and feelings. So yeah, so as a kid, go to your parents, talk to them, and the parents do not just sit on that. Like, address it with the teachers. Like in the US, I don't care who you are, you're a principal, you're whatever. I'm storming that office and I'm giving you a piece of my mind. My kid cannot be called a monkey in that school. Like right now, my kid is the only, I mean, I think in the whole school, we have about maybe 5, not even 5, like 3 Black kids. So it's like my job to make sure my kid is protected in that school. And that's what we have to do as parents. We have to stick up. Allow me to go. I need to attend to some stuff. Okay, it's African. Guys, check is Eating the African Way. Check out his channel, please. Those of you who haven't subscribed to his channel, I think you love it. You love the foods that he shows up there. Like the videos are amazing. He eats some creepy stuff too sometimes. Like so don't just look at his videos and you're like, this guy's eating white ants. That's it. No, there's more food that he shares on his channel. So check his channel out. And any other of my friends here who are content creators, please check their channels out. You can see Myra, I don't know if you have a channel. Lynette, you guys can check all my friends out and give them some support. Yeah. Yay! Just subscribe to Eating the African Way. Thanks, Myra. Thank you. Check out Lee's as well. Most of my friends here are content creators, but you guys, thank you so much for supporting us as content creators. I really appreciate. So one was asking me about gun violence. So gun violence, honestly, I just again, I tell my kids, stay out of trouble. Trouble will not find you. Like, try as much as you can to stay out of trouble. So do not get involved in like big group of kids like doing random stuff. Let's say at like Rite Aid or any grocery stores. Try to avoid crowds that you don't feel as safe. So I try to do that. Of course, some of my neighbors are cops, so we're great friends. We talk about things like that all the time. When we get together in summer, I'm always like asking them, hey guys, like, why is it that so many Black people are killed by police? Like, you guys, what's happening? So we have like that friendly conversation all the time. And so they will tell me, they have their reasons as well. But I think what we can do is just to put ourselves in a position where we stay out of trouble. We stay out of like crowded places that you smell trouble. You can tell, like, if you live in the city, you can tell like, hey, maybe I shouldn't be here because it's like so many people who are drunk right now or doing drugs. You can tell. So if you lived in cities like in the United States, big cities like Philadelphia, New York, you can tell places that you need to avoid. So, and again, it's just if you are stopped, like when I'm stopped by a cop, I just abide by whatever they wanted. Like, it's like, step out of the car, I'm just going to step out of the car. Like, resistance does not help me. Like, I've seen so many lives being lost from resisting, the force. So just do what you feel is right. Just be a good citizen as much as you can. Of course, sometimes violence finds you. The other day I was reading something in the news where this lady was driving with her daughter in the car in the back seat. It's like a 4-year-old daughter was sitting in the car, and there's like 2 other cars on the highway that were chasing each other, and I guess one guy had guns with him, and so they were shooting at each other like in on the highway, and somehow the 2 bullets hit the other lady's car, hit the baby's hit the baby in the back seat. And so the daughter said to her mom, "It's like, Mom, my stomach is hurting." And then so the mom is like busy driving, and she's like, "Oh, you're fine. You probably have gas or whatever." And she's like, "No, Mom, my stomach is hurting. There's like a little blood." And so she looked back, and the baby was bleeding, and the baby had been shot in the stomach. So, like, that broke my heart. Like, that just broke my heart. How you can get trouble, like how guns can find you, whatever, like where you're just on the highway driving and somebody shoots you. Yeah. So I believe gun violence exists, and I wish there would be more gun control rules here and there, but hey, I worry about things that I can change. I do what I feel like I can do to help my family stay safe and my friends. So, yeah. Oh, yes. Any more questions? Yeah, I think the best way is to avoid trouble. Yes, I agree, Carol. We have to try as much as we can. What else? Can you get me a Mzungu? This is a question I get all the time. Can you get me a Mzungu? Myra, if you don't know what a Mzungu is, like, can you get me a white boyfriend or guy? So I wish I could. I wish I had like a farm where I can be like, hey, here, you're there. No, but if I have some single friends who are looking for some, African girls or Black people or any other girls that they want to date, yes, I could be like, sure. I have a friend who's looking for a boyfriend or a girlfriend. Would you be interested? You guys can get to know each other. Yes, Maya. People ask you, can you get me a white guy? Yes. And I'm like, I wish I could help you, dude, but I'm sorry. Oh, can you get me a white girlfriend? Yeah, those are like common questions I get, especially when you are into a biracial, what is it called? Like an interracial relationship. So yeah, what is it? And then some other question is, why is it that people abroad have few kids? Yeah, so this is so Mara, for back in Africa, people believe in having as many kids as they can pop out. So so it's different when they see, hey, Brenda, you have only two kids, are you done? And then I'm like, yeah, I'm done. That's a lot, So I mean, there are also people in the US that have actually, or in the rest of the world, that have more kids, 5 kids, 7 kids, 10 kids. But to me, my philosophy is have the kids that you can afford, first of all, to take care of, to raise. Kids is a lot of work, especially if you don't have so much help. I do have a question. Do house girls really exist? I've seen a video of some sort of maids working in the household for my. Absolutely. Oh my gosh, Myra. Yes. Actually, next week I'm doing a video with one of my friends who is also a content creator, and she was a housemaid in Dubai. So she used to be a housemaid in Dubai. So this is a common thing in Africa. I guess there's like lack of jobs here and there. So most young girls can't afford school. USA and America, house girl. Yeah. So in the US, yes. So for example, the people who leave Africa to come here, or I've seen also, they might not call them house girls. They might call them like nannies. Here in the US, they might call them house helps. Yeah, but people actually, I know a few Ugandans that have brought girls with them or older ladies with them back to the US to be house helpers. So those are considered house girls in Uganda. So house girls is like a nanny, a house help. They travel to Uganda, to Kenya to work. Yes, they do. Wherever people can find jobs, they go for it, as long as they know it's gonna help them pay their bills. They're trying to find a better life here and there. So you'd be surprised what kind of jobs people do out there. But people have different needs and different. They find different ways of how they can make these needs meet. So yes, they exist. They really exist, Myra. They really exist. Yeah. All right, guys, I gotta jump into a work call. I didn't want this to be too long, but we'll do this more and more often. You learn something new every day. Yes, it's all about learning, and we all learn. Thanks again for joining me, guys. Take care. If you have any more questions, check out my channel content. So you can leave me a comment there. Maybe the next time I do a live, I would know different things to actually talk about and answer some of your questions. But thanks for the support. I honestly appreciate all your support, watching our videos, supporting my fellow YouTube content creators. You take care. I wish I joined earlier. I know, Carol. Next time, next time, next time, next time. There's always next time. So thanks again for joining. Liz, thanks for joining me in the studio for a little bit, and we'll be praying for your mom. I believe everything is going to be okay. So just make sure she's taking vitamins and zinc, which they can get from pharmacies. Actually, there's so many in pharmacies. So pump her with lots of vitamin C's, and you guys out there as well, my friends in Kenya, my friends in Uganda, keep up with making sure your immunity system stays strong so that you don't get these viruses and they put you down. So do ginger, like all those concoctions at home, but mostly do lots of vitamin C's and zinc. You can find these things in pharmacies. Let's stay healthy. You take care. Bye bye.